Hello, it is Throwback Thursday, September 17th, 2020. Steve Sipress here. And it's time to say, let's go Mets. Recently, the Mets were acquired after months of nonsense and BS back and forth with the current owners by someone who, as soon as he's approved by like three-quarters of the other owners of the Major League Baseball teams, is going to become the next owner of the New York Mets, Steve Cohen, who will become by far the richest owner in all of baseball. And that means that the Mets going from the current owners were like the third most broke owners in baseball and had an unfortunate situation where they put a lot of their money with the old Bernie Madoff, and who made off with basically all their money and left the Mets basically run by broke owners who not only didn't have money to invest into the stadium and the team and getting the best players and keeping stars instead of just leaving the Mets where they can make more money elsewhere, but also couldn't hire or didn't hire the right talent behind the scenes of the Mets. All that is almost undoubtedly going to change. Steve Cohen, the soon-to-be new owner of the Mets, a New York native, Mets fan his whole life, and things are looking up for New York Mets fans. So what does this mean to you as a baseball team owner? Well, it's a reminder that cash is the lifeblood of a business. And so if you are not selling and to bring in cash to your business, then often having the right investor come on board or partnering up with someone that has cash. So you provide the expertise, someone else provides the cash, and you give them whatever percentage of the business they want, and the business can absolutely take off, just like you're going to see the Mets do in the next few years. This new owner, being by far the wealthiest in all the baseballs, is going to be able to outbid all the other teams for any players he wants. He's going to stock and fix all the minor league teams. Again, get all the analytics experts behind the scenes to crunch all the numbers and make sure they get a good draft year after year and build the best farm team, get the best players on the field, hitting, pitching, running, defense, all aspects of the game. Same thing can happen in a business. If you're struggling, if you're having trouble, often you want to ask the magic question, who, not how. You always hear me talking about that. Greg is here. Good seeing you. Who, not how. Entrepreneurs get stuck a lot by always asking how. They hear an idea and they say, how can I get that done? How can I do that? How can I learn to do that? And they read a book, go to a conference, go to a seminar, buy a program, buy a course, and buy some software and attempt to use it themselves. I made that mistake for years. Really held me back. I was always looking to learn how to do stuff instead of finally had a mentor tell me that the most successful entrepreneurs and top business owners ask who, not how. They never ask, how do I do something? Do you think that this Steve Cohen, worth $14 billion, investing and taking over the New York Mets, and by the way, paying a record price for a sports team, $2.4 billion, had someone come on my Facebook page the day I posted that on there, some yeehaw going, well, but there's other teams that are estimated to be worth more. Estimate, schmestimate all you want. The fact is, there is no team that has ever sold for as much money as the New York Mets, making them the wealthiest franchise by fact, not by estimate, by actual fact in history. And so what does that mean for a business? That means that you don't expect this owner to ask how. How do I learn how to pitch? How do I learn how to bat lefty, bat righty, how to bunt, how to run, how to play shortstop, left field, right field, third base, catcher? Of course not. He's not going to ask how to manage the team and how to crunch the numbers behind the scenes and how to do anything himself. He's going to hire the best people in every possible position he can. He's going to ask who, not how. Hey, we're weak at third base. He's not going to ask how, let me read some books on how to play third base. He's going to say, who can I get to play third base who's going to be fantastic? And you ought to do the same in your business. And a lot of times, cash flow, not having enough cash, can hold you back. And I hear all the time, well, I can't afford to hire people because blah, 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 blah. Well, then you're being your own bottleneck and you're keeping your own self stuck. Take on an investor. It can be a friend or family member. It can be a loan you take on. You can trade services and barter. But you can give somebody 10, 20% of the business if they give you a nice cash injection, and that allows you to put more money into advertising, marketing, hire more people, get better equipment. All kinds of things happen when you get that cash into the business. Cash, the lifeblood of any business. You're about to see that proven in the New York Mets, who are going to go from hapless to hopeful to a fantastic powerhouse in baseball. There's basically no doubt about it, because in all the business, sports and anywhere else, money talks. And so as a lifelong New York Mets fan who just suffered through about 30 years of these crappy current owners who are about to be out, it's going to be great to see that every time the Mets get a star player and he reaches the end of his contract, he scramooses somewhere else to get a lot more money than the Mets are willing to pay him or able to pay him, since current owners for the last 30 years have been basically broke and also not that smart. And so is that how you want to describe yourself, or have others describe you, and why your business is not being as successful as you want it to be, and you don't have the lifestyle that you want because you are not bringing enough cash, therefore you're not making the right smart decisions? If you can't raise the funds, borrow the funds, sell part of your business, get that investor in there, get the cash, no matter what you can do. It's the lifeblood of the business. You see it in all the sports. You'll see it in the Mets. And on Throwback Thursday, I'm remembering decades of crappiness for New York Mets fans being owned in a major market in the number one city in America by the third most broke owners of a team. How ridiculous. Please don't be the same way in your business. Whatever you got to do that's legal, ethical, and moral, including selling part of your business, get the cash. Sell, borrow, get investments, but get that cash in your business and then spend it wisely. Get the right guidance and put it to use wisely, and watch your business take off. And that'll do it for Throwback Thursday. I'll catch you back here tomorrow on Foundation Friday. Thanks for being here today. Let's go Mets.